Everyone, I'm Jennifer Roberts and I am the Podqueen. And I'm going to continue to talk about marriage today. That was my dog in the background, and he loves to echo. He loves to agree with what I'm talking about, although my dog is a girl. But in my world, all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. My family continues to correct me. She is a girl dog. I'm like, dogs are boys, cats are girls. It's just that simple. So you may hear my dog agree because that dog is brilliant. That dog knows a good thing. So if you hear some barking in the background, she may even speak. She may even say, "Preach, Jen." That's my dog. That's how we roll here. Anyway, so we're going to talk about marriage today again. And I'm going to talk about communication inside of marriage. And when I talk about communication, basically what I'm going to talk about is fighting. So fighting is a normal, healthy part of a relationship. Conflict is something that actually we need in a relationship. You can't avoid conflict. I tried. And when you avoid conflict, you end up just kind of, we have an expression in English, walking on eggshells, where you're just trying not to make a sound. You don't want to be noticed. You want no problems. And you can't live like that. That's not living. In marriage, there is conflict. The fact that a man and a woman come together and the two become one, there's conflict enough. There's going to be conflict. You can't avoid it. And you don't want to avoid it. But how do you have conflict? How do you fight in a way that still honors each other? How do you fight in such a way that you still, maintain your godly character? And so, I always say, you need to fight as if someone else were in the room, right? If someone were in the room when you and your husband were having a fight, you would fight differently. You would fight with more respect. Next time you're in a fight with your husband, fight thinking, okay, we're being watched right now. You honestly will fight differently. And here's what you need to know. Every word you say, you can't get it back. Be careful with your words. Remember the person that you're married to, you're in love with. Treat them with respect, even in an argument. And here's a huge no-no. Never use the word divorce. Really, never. Never, never, never threaten to divorce your husband. Never. I don't care how hurt you are. I don't care how mad you are. Never threaten to divorce him. That's not okay. That's not right. And that'll sow a seed of distrust in your relationship. You don't want that. And so you need to fight with honor. You need to fight knowing the words that you speak, you can't get them back. So if you're going to scream at your husband, you're going to cuss, you're going to throw things, you're going to talk about divorce, you'll never be able to get those things back. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So learn to fight fair. If you're in the heat of the moment, if you want to throw like a vase, or if you want to shoot him with a gun, okay? I get it. There are those feelings that are there. I am a serial killer at times in my mind. I understand the human nature. If you're there, you're in that place, you've got fire coming out of your eyes, you've got a knife and you're ready to go, walk away. Take a deep breath. Maybe you need to put yourself in a straitjacket. Whatever it takes to calm down. Try to isolate what are the issues that are making you so upset and try to communicate in a non-emotional manner. I know that my husband needs examples. If I say to him, I'm so mad at you for whatever, he's like, huh? I don't get it. When did I do that? How did I do that? He needs examples so he can understand what he's doing. Just to say, you make me feel bad. What's he supposed to respond to that? You can't. How does he make you feel bad? And you know what I mean? So get specific in your language. Learn to communicate in a healthy manner. Calm yourself down. If you need to step out of the room, do so. If you need to take a few hours to get perspective, do so. Because communication is important. And we don't avoid conflict, my husband and I. We don't avoid conflict. We're both strong-willed people. But I'm a Christian, and he's a Christian. Christ is in me. The Holy Spirit is in me. So I still need to disagree as if the Holy Spirit is in me. I still need to have self-control. I still need to have patience and kindness and all of that manifest. Now, I don't always do it perfectly. I'm not perfect. Mostly perfect, but not completely perfect. No, just kidding. But it doesn't mean you avoid conflict. It means you learn how to have conflict without losing your salvation, right? And so my husband has never yelled at me. That's incredible. Never has he yelled at me. Now, I have yelled at him. I have slammed the door. I've yelled. And especially in the early days of our marriage, I was a little more emotional in my anger. And he was just so shocked by it. And I saw the look on his face, and I hurt him deeply. And I realized I don't want to fight like that. I want to learn how to communicate when I'm frustrated. I need to isolate my emotions and learn how to say specifically what irritates me. And then in our communication, we don't use language like this. I don't say, you never do this or you always do this. Because no one never does something or always does something. If you say never and always, you make it so extreme that the person is immediately defensive. Eliminate those words from your vocabulary. With anyone, honestly. Don't use that kind of language. Communication is two people coming together and they're trying to bring their definitions together and come to a common definition. Does that make sense? So I have my perspective, my husband has his perspective, and the problem is that we're not the same in our perspective, and there's a fight. So we need to come together. Here's what I mean. Here's what I tried to say. Here's how I feel. And he does the same thing, and we try to come to an understanding of one another. The good news is, on the other side of a disagreement is understanding. There's hope. I enjoy when we work through a conflict and I have a deeper understanding of my husband and he has a deeper understanding of me. And so we need to become each other's biggest fans in this process. Learn how to fight in a nice way. Learn to love each other when we see weakness. And marriage is something worth fighting for, worth investing in. That's what the Podqueen thinks.